This monster should have been locked up, and Irina should still be alive. But Democrat politicians, liberal judges, and weak prosecutors would rather virtue signal than lock up criminals and protect their communities. And perhaps most shamefully of all, the majority of the media, many outlets in this room, decided that her murder was not worth reporting on originally because it does not fit a preferred narrative. Many of the journalists in this room spilled plenty of ink trying to smear Daniel Penny for defending a subway car from a deranged lunatic in New York City, but none of those same reporters lift a finger to write stories about an actual murderer.
All right, the Attorney General Pam Bondi joins us now with more. Madam Attorney General, great to have you back. I wish under better circumstances. You have directed your attorneys to federally prosecute DeCarlos Brown Jr. He will never again see the light of day as a free man, and you will seek the maximum penalty. Tell us what you plan to do.
Sean, we are going to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. We have taken the case because it's murder on mass transit. Progressive DAs cannot handle this case. The progressive DA in North Carolina in Charlotte, his name is Spencer Merriweather, he believed in letting him sign a written promise to appear. He participated in passing that, agreeing to let criminal defendants sign a written promise to appear in court. That's what he was allowed to do in July. Weeks later, he murdered Irina. Unbelievable that this happened. No longer. We have jurisdiction now. We will not let a progressive DA keep this case. Justice will be served. He'll be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. He had 14 prior arrests. He had been to prison before for assaulting someone, robbery with a firearm. He had had 3 assaults, 1 on a woman, not charged, yet he made multiple 911 calls again, gets arrested, and was told to appear because he wrote a written promise to appear in court. Had he been held in custody, she would be alive today. This has zero to do with politics. I've been a prosecutor for a very, very long time. This is one of the most gruesome murders I've seen in my career. President Trump cares about it. I was with him today because he saw that video. He saw that horrific video of this young woman with her mother who fled to our country for protection from Ukraine. She worked at a pizza restaurant. She was coming home from work, still wearing her uniform, got on that bus, and never made it off the mass transit.
Madam Attorney General, is there anything that can be done to hold judges or DAs accountable that make deals like this?
We've been saying for a very long time, I've been saying this a long time, do not elect them. Get them out of office. This progressive DA was not holding people accountable for crimes. You have to have consequences if you commit crimes. Yet 14 arrests. The guy had been to prison for firearm charges, for a robbery, yet he was on the street. He should not have been on the street, Sean. That beautiful young woman would have been alive today. This has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with prosecution, and that's why my office has taken this case. We will not let a progressive DA get this case.
Madam Attorney General, we have an epidemic. New York Post had a story front cover yesterday. 68 people committed over 5,000 crimes combined. Only 5 of the 68 are in jail. In the last 2 weekends, Chicago, nearly 80 people shot, nearly 20 dead. They don't want the president's help. Why?
They are a progressive city, and they don't want the president's help. That's on them. It's horrific that they don't want President Trump's help. Look what we've done right here in D.C. President Trump has cleaned up D.C. We were with the mayor tonight. We were with the police chief tonight. We are working hand in hand with D.C. to make D.C. safe again. Chicago should be begging Donald Trump for help to keep Chicago safe. Yet they aren't. So we're going to go into a city who wants us there. President Trump wants to make all of America safe. Irina is just one example of what progressive, liberal politics do and politicians do. I have heard so few words about that beautiful young woman. Try being her mother. They came to this country for a better life, yet she is violently, brutally murdered on a subway, on a mass transit. It was horrific, Sean. Should not have happened. And this guy, if we have anything to do with it, and we do now, will never, ever see the light of day again.
Maximum penalty, life in prison without parole, or possibly the death penalty? Do you know which one you'll seek?
We can't yet, Sean. He has not been indicted. We will look at the most maximum penalty we can seek, which does include the death penalty, and we will make that decision.
All right. Attorney General Pam Bondi. Our prayers are with the family. God help them. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.